Hello, friends. Welcome to Stay Strong podcast. We have Gaynor from UK. Over to you, Gaynor. Please introduce yourself about your fitness background and, of course, how did you get started with the kettlebell sport?
Okay, so my name is Gaynor Birtles. I'm 42 years old. I've always had a problem with weight. I fluctuate a couple of stone here and there. So I started with a personal trainer who was a dad at the school that my son goes to. And I got to a point where with COVID, I thought I need help. I need somebody to help me to lose weight. And he did kettlebell sport, which I'd never heard of before. So I started with him as a PT, and that was in October 2021. And as I got confident with him and lost some weight, I decided to join his beginners class. He did an 8-week beginners class for kettlebell sport. So I joined that, and since then I've been hooked. Absolutely love it, and I've carried on from there. So I started that in January 2022, so quite late on. Prior to that, I'd done, I had a DVD with an American, but it was more kettle-sized than kettlebell sport. So I touched on that, but nothing like kettlebell sport before. I've never been a massive fan of fitness, to be honest with you. Struggle to find something that I enjoy, but with this, it's something that I absolutely love doing. I never dread going to a class, and I just love it.
Yeah, okay. So like you mentioned, you started personal training. So you started
Yes.
to lose weight. So what was your weight before you started kettlebell training, and what is the weight you achieved lifting kettlebells?
Okay.
How much weight did you lose?
I weighed 17 and a half stone, so I was 115 kilos.
Okay.
And I'm about 66 kilo at the moment, about just over 10 stone, 10 and a half stone. So yeah, I've lost 7 stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many months did you take to achieve this target?
Probably, I'd say probably about 12 months, I think. I've been doing the personal training now on the kettlebells for it'll be 2 years in January. So took about 12 months, and then I've managed to maintain it for 12 months as well. Obviously, with the competitions, you have to be in a certain weight category. So I find that is also a target that helps me keep the weight off, being in the weight categories for competitions. So
Okay. So
I'm
you were
hoping this is my last time to do it. I'm gonna.
okay. So
stick
you
with
were 115 kilos,
Yes,
and now you're
65. Well, 66. I'm trying to get to 65,
so you
but yeah.
lost close to what, 33, 35 kilos of weight? Total
About
weight?
40, 43, I think.
43.
Yeah.
Okay, so you lost around 40 kgs of weight in a year.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
had a combination of kettlebell training, weight training, cardio, or it was exclusively kettlebells? If you can just,
No, I run as well. So I go running 4 to 5 times a week, and then I do kettlebell as well.
So primary in your training, kettlebell was like a interim part of the training, right? Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong. Like you were doing a lot of movements with. So can you share what all exercises you did with the kettlebells before you get to the kettlebell sport? Like what all exercise did you really do with it when you actually started doing kettlebells?
It was just literally, as I say, I did a beginner's class, so that was just the basics of all the
Okay.
different lifts that you can do for kettlebell sport, going through all the fundamentals. And I say that was an 8-week course, and then I joined the main class that just focuses on kettlebell sport, and I seem to venture to long cycle, so that's the lift that I enjoy doing. Have tried a pent before now, did a pentathlon, but long cycle is the main thing, and it's
Okay.
just it's quite a big class, so it's we're all training for different things, so we're doing different things, but we managed to do the class that suits everybody.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand. So you were doing a group class.
Yes.
It's like a group of 4 people, 5 people, or 10 people, something sort of like that.
Yes, there's about 10 of us. So we've got the
Okay.
Ollie, who's my PT. He
Okay.
runs the class and he competes himself. He started off on his own, and then he's built a team. And there's probably, I'd say about 15 of us, I think, altogether
Okay.
that compete
Okay.
internationally. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Wow. So, and what is your professional background? How did you like? What's your career like? Are you into fitness
Um,
or you are having some different
no,
background?
nothing to do with fitness. I work for a local authority. So
Okay,
if somebody needs to go into care when they get older, if they go into a care home, I complete the financial assessment for them to determine how much they have to pay towards that care. So I'm on the finance side of funding for that.
okay, I understand. Okay, now, did you have a fitness background before getting into this losing weight thing and everything, using kettlebells, doing a group classes, etc.? Any fitness background, like did you to run, walk, or probably do yoga, or go for a swim, maybe do cycling, something sort of like that in earlier background?
I've always done running when I've been losing weight. So I used to go a lot with my dad. He was always a keen runner. And then he got to a point where he struggled with his knees. So he used to go around on his bike and I used to run. And I used to go to the gym. And then when I had my son, that was when I went downhill again. And that's like 2 years ago. I thought, no, I need to start up again and do something. I just find running, although say I don't enjoy it, once I'm out doing it, I'm okay. Sometimes when I get up in the morning and thought of going, but I find it's something that I can just do and I can fit in. As I say, I can go first thing in the morning before I start work and just go and get it done, and then I've got the rest of the day to enjoy.
Okay. Now, how do you manage both things? Like, when it comes to losing weight, we will stick to that particular subject first. The nutrition plays a very important role. So, what was your nutrition earlier, and what is the nutrition which you're taking now? Like, did you alter a lot of things, like especially with the carbohydrates, with the fats, with the protein? And did you also added supplementation to your nutrition?
So I've always had a really big appetite. I've always said I'm never full, I'm greedy, and I used to just eat loads, all the wrong things, and just mountains and mountains of it. So this time I've cut out a lot of carbs, as in pasta, bread, potatoes. So I'll have cereal in the morning, and then the majority of my diet is protein based and vegetables. Don't take any supplements. And I have been meaning to look into it. I'm not very good, really. I just kind of do what works for me, and this has worked this time. But I know a lot of people always say they're going to carb up before lifting, because I don't have carbs. That's something that I never do. So it'd be interesting to see if that would work and whether it would increase my ability to lift. It is something that I'd perhaps like to try, but I've not done it so far.
Okay. So, are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian? Do you eat both?
No, I'm not vegetarian. No, I eat meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So your combination would generally look like protein and vegetables mostly.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Now, when you started the training with the kettlebells, especially for the kettlebell sport, how was your progression towards kettlebell sport? Like, you started with 10-minute classic, or did you get to the pentathlon, or did you start with the marathon? And how did the training program for the entire 1 week look?
So the gym that I go to, they do an in-house competition. So particularly for the beginners, it's obviously a bit daunting going to a first competition. So they do an in-house one that is just for the people at the club. So my first thing I did was a half marathon I did on a 12 kilogram bell. I was going to do a 14, but chickened out on the morning and thought, no, I'll go with the 12. So I did the 12 for half an hour. So in the class, we just used to do, we do all sorts, to be honest. We do like a 5-minute on a lower weight belt, and then have a break, and then a 10-minute perhaps on competition weight, and then try and do 15 minutes higher than competition weight, and things like that. We do one when it's sunny, because it's like an outdoor gym, really. We do a minute lifting and then run to the gate and back and then lift, and it's getting into that habit of not having a rest, just continuously moving and getting straight back, picking the bell back up and going to it again. So yeah, the half an hour was my first competition.
So for the half an hour, did you did preparation like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or
Yes.
did your
Yeah.
coach mention that we are going to start with the lighter weight and we are going to go for 20 minutes or 25 minutes? How was the preparation? Like, did you also add strength training into your routine? That is lifting barbells and dumbbells, etc.
So I do that in my PT classes,
Okay.
but I don't do anything separate to that. So I do that in my PT class, and then with the kettlebell classes that I go to, like I say, we'll do like a 5-minute lift, and then we'll increase the weight and do 10 minutes. So I don't think I've done a full. I'm the sort of person, I like to know that I can do it before I go to the competition. So if I'm aiming to do a half an hour, I'd like to do the full half an hour with the bell that I'm doing, just in my mind, so that I know that I can do it. But I don't think I did that first time. I think I'd done 20 minutes with the 14, but as I say, I did chicken out on the day and dropped down to a 12, which I regret in the end. I thought I should have stuck with the 14 and just done it, really.
Okay. Now, generally, when we take on some activity, especially kettlebells, is like, it's a multi-joint movement, and it really helps us in our day-to-day living. What change have you seen in your day-to-day living when you started lifting kettlebells, in the terms of physical and mental well-being? If you can just tell me 1 or 2 examples of each.
To be honest, with it being obviously impacted on weight loss as well, my life has completely changed. The sport in particular, I find the friendship of it, going to competitions, that aspect of it alone is just brilliant. We meet up obviously with people from different countries, and it's great talking to them. It's just like a really great community to be part of, and it has changed my life. I think mentally, particularly when you're doing half a marathon or a marathon, it's getting to the end, and that is a struggle sometimes when you can see on the clock that you've still got 20 minutes to go. But just for your well-being, I think being fitter, and just like I used to take my son to school, and just walking him to school, I felt like I used to be out of breath. Just walking. Now I've done an hour marathon with an 18-kilogram bell. Do you know what I mean? It's a completely different life. It's just had a massive impact on my whole life.
Yeah, of course. I mean, kettlebells is helping change a lot of people, especially women. If you see they're losing weight, apart from that, the mental aspect is very important. Now, have you got mentally strong? Have you got mentally strong doing kettlebells? Did you find that change? Because now you're lifting for, I think, more than 2 years. So what was the change? If you feel that you're getting mentally strong, and there might be
I feel like I feel like I can achieve things that previously I would have thought, no, you wouldn't be able to do that.
So it's like making a decision. Sometimes what happens is, like, we procrastinate. If you want to do certain things, we want to do, and then we really want to delay that. So at times we feel that we want to take decisions. Sometimes we feel that we have to take certain decisions, but we are not able to take the decision. So adding these kind of training programs, especially when you're training your mind and body to certain limit, are you able to get that focus in your work simultaneously? Also, are you able to get certain things which is required, which you are not earlier? Like, for example, okay, let's take this decision. I want to take this decision because this will help me change my life. Is that change came to your life? You understand what I want to say?
Really, I've always been a pretty indecisive person. So my friend used to say, like, if we having a takeout, I wouldn't ever decide what we'd have, even though that's a pointless decision to make. I think with things where I'm not really bothered about it, it doesn't matter if somebody can make the decision for me, I don't mind. So I'm not sure, to be honest, whether it has helped with that. I don't know. Okay.
No problem. Probably, maybe a few years of lifting more, and then probably you'll have certain experiences. Yes. Super. What are your challenges at this point in time, at this age, when you're lifting kettlebells? Like, the challenges while lifting kettlebells can be anything. Maybe cardiovascular, maybe maybe tightness in your body, maybe something else. So do you have any challenges while lifting kettlebells? And connecting question is, do you have any negatives about kettlebells?
So I think cardio wise, I'm not too bad because I do the running on top. That obviously goes hand in hand with the kettlebell lifting. I think, I don't know whether it's because I started so late on. I only started 2 years ago, so I was already 40. But I don't feel as if I'm as strong as somebody younger. I train with a lady that's doing the World Games with a 28. And I don't think I could lift that one time, never mind for 10 minutes. And I don't know whether that's just me or whether it's because of my age, I'm not sure. I do find if I'm lifting heavier, so sometimes in class we'll go up and we'll go up in weights. I have had injuries from doing that. And I don't know whether that's because of my technique. I find I'm quite thuddy, so it thuds on my arms a lot. So I have had a couple of injuries on both arms from that. Again, whether that's just a strength thing, I don't know, to be honest. But I know that when I'm like that and I have got an injury, it's so frustrating that I can't then do kettlebells. It's that is hard for me if I can't train for what I want to do.
Okay, but have you injured yourself lifting the kettlebells?
Not injured as in, I think I've had weaknesses. So by repeatedly lifting a heavy weight.
Yes. Yes.
I used to have the guard that got the one plastic bit in.
Yes.
So I think with repeatedly the bell thumping on that, I did have a bruised bone on my left arm, and so I've changed the guards now.
The guards.
And they've helped a lot. And to go for physio, I'm always one of these people that kind of leave it to the last minute and I'll be all right, and then I get to a point where no, I'm not all right now, you need to go and get something done about it. So I think prevention, icing after I've lifted if I feel like I've lifted heavy, and I'm getting more into doing that rather than just hoping for the best and hoping I'm okay.
Okay. Now have you trained yourself without a coach? And because you mentioned that now you have a coach, so you're training with a coach. So if you have trained yourself without a coach and now when you're training with a coach, what is the difference have you find? How important is a coach or a mentor in your life?
I think without having Ollie as a PT and as a coach, I wouldn't have done any of it, to be honest. During lockdown, I was doing PE with Joe. Do you know Joe Wicks?
Okay.
And he was doing it on YouTube every day, and I did that religiously every day during lockdown. And my weight didn't change at all. And I think it's about the effort that you put in as well. So
yes,
if you're here on your own just doing it, you can take it easy, can't you, and think you've done really well, when in reality you've not done anything. Whereas if you've got a coach, like he'll if I'm lifting a 20, he'll just come and place a 22 kilo in front of me and like, oh, have a go with that one, which I wouldn't do if it was on my own. So yeah, definitely he pushes you to go that bit further, which I think is hard to do on your own.
Okay. Wow. It's quite inspiring to see that you have lost so much of weight and then you're now getting into the kettlebell sport, and it is quite inspiring for the women out here in India also who are looking forward to lift kettlebells just because they want to get started into the sport, but first they have to lose weight. And this is a very big testimony for the kettlebells that you're using it for so many years now and you have lost, I think, 40 plus kilos of weight, which is really quite appreciative that you have taken this initiative to go to the gym very regularly, religiously, do the exercise and lose the weight. So that's really nice. Now you said that you are doing more of marathons and pentathlons instead, or rather I would say more than 10-minute classic events.
Yes.
So you must have done 10-minute classic event also, and plus you must have done the marathon also. So can you just share with us the best numbers, like in the marathon and in the classic event both?
Okay, so I did a qualifying event for one of the internationals. I did half an hour on a 20 kilogram bell, and I got 330 reps, which is equivalent of the world class ranking. And in November, I went to the IKMF competition, and I did an hour marathon on a 18 kilogram bell, and I got, I think, 606 reps again, which is world class ranking. And that was the first time I got my certificate for it. I've hit it a couple of times before, but you can't get the certificate unless you're at the international competition. So yeah, I was really proud to get the certificate for that.
Okay, wow. And what about 10-minute classic events? Like 10 minutes?
So I've only ever done, I did a 10-minute online qualifier, one change for long cycle again on a 16 kilo. So that's hopefully, I'm going to be going to Poland in June, and I want to do that and the half marathon. So I qualify, I think I got 112 reps, I think, but that was the first time I tried it and just thought, I'll give it a go. So, yeah.
So that's nice.
But I've not done doubles. I've never done doubles, other than in the beginners class when we touched a bit on doubles then. I've never done that since, so that's something that I'd like to look at in the future. But I'd like to say I've not done that.
Okay, and you have done snatch?
I've done half snatch. I've never done full snatch. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So,
so I did half snatch as part of the pentathlon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the weight like 16 kilos or 20 kilos?
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Okay. And if you can remember the number of what you have done, or it was for 3 minutes?
It was for 6 minutes. So
6 minutes. Okay.
I think it's 108 that you need. The full reps is 108, but yes. I think I got about 96, I think, from what I can remember.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. So you are doing a world-class MSWC lifts, and it is just 2 + 3 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're just into the sport, and you are hitting the best numbers. So what is the secret behind this?
I don't know. Motivation, I think. Not giving up. We've got a rule in the gym that it's called wolf pack fitness. So we call ourselves wolves, and we always say wolves don't put bells down. So we've just got to go to the end. But as I say, I just love doing it. We're having an in-house competition next weekend. And I'm aiming to do a 2-hour super marathon with a 16 kilo. So I'll see if I can get through that. Okay. That's going to be tough, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So in the world of the kettlebell sport, whom do you follow and who inspires you?
So there's quite a few actually. There's Liga. Do you know Liga? She lifts really heavy bells. She's amazing. And there's an American girl. I can't think what she's called. Obviously, anybody that does doubles. I've watched Tracy Housen.
So you can say Kimberly Fox.
Yes, Kimberly Fox. Yeah, that's her. Okay. Yeah, met her in June. Yeah, for the first time. So yeah, she's really good. So yeah, it's
okay. Wow.
I think it's inspirational to watch. I don't think I'll be able to lift the weights that they lift, but just seeing that it is possible,
Yes. No, it feels like you're putting yourself on a fast track, and you're doing incredibly well. And if you continue to do this, you will be among the elite athletes very soon. So it's really nice to see that, because generally it takes around 3 to 4 good years for women to reach at this level where you are now.
Yeah.
When it comes to marathon, of course, 104 numbers with 10-minute classic, 114 numbers with 10-minute classic at your age, doing it for the first time. It's incredible. So it's really nice, and definitely, after checking out this podcast, if inspired women is checking out this podcast, then definitely she'll look your videos, because even I would like to go and see your form and technique, and definitely the way you're training, and I would like to follow you, and I would definitely ask even our community to follow you, so that they'll be also, because you're doing it for a few years now.
Yeah.
if the women get inspired, then they can definitely follow you and follow your training protocols, which is really nice. So what message do you want to give to the athletes out here in India? Maybe a strong message so that they get inspired. What do you feel is important when it comes to kettlebell sport, and a message definitely?
I'd say just give it a go. As I say, I wasn't a fitness person myself before I did it, and it's the one thing that I can honestly say I absolutely love doing. I'd say the community is amazing, and just being there and supporting. I'm happy to go to competitions when I'm not lifting just to cheer on everybody else and watch them. It's just a fantastic sport to do, and I just love it.
Super. Great. Thank you, Gaynor. Thank you very much for your time. It was really great interaction with you, and definitely in one of the competitions, once again we'll see each other, and then definitely we are going to interact again what you have learned, and definitely we'll share some certain experiences what we have had. So thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Yeah, once again, Alice.